Tap 3 mana, ice cream with banana. Now our problem solved. Welcome back, folks. This deck tech is about Penny Dreadful and its Penny Dreadful Elder Dragon Highlander, or for your newer folk, Commander. And this deck, it has Braids Conjurer Adept, which got dogpiled by my teammates because it's just too good. Unlike Evil Braids, which makes each player sacrifice cards, Braids lets players put creatures and artifacts and lands onto the battlefield for free. And that can get overpowered really quickly. So my first thought about Braids is overpowered cards. Unfortunately, my previous deck, I wanted to put in Hermit Druid just to find forests, and I wanted to put in Rothfulos, Landward Emissary, just for mana acceleration, but those are banned in Legacy Commander, so, or Vintage Commander, really. So yeah, that's not happening. So let's go to the deck tech. Darksteel Colossus is not here. I thought, hey, Blightsteel Colossus is a pretty good card. Let's just put inferior versions of superior cards in our deck. Oh no, Darksteel Colossus is like 20 cents. But we have the next best thing. We have Artisan of Kozilek. I thought about his friend, It That Betrays, 12 mana, steals 2 permanents from your opponent, Annihilator 2. Oh no, this is Penny Dreadful. We're playing with dreadful cards, so we're playing with Artisan of Kozilek. Other cards of note, throwing in Spawnsire. It's Annihilator 1. Well, you didn't expect Ulamog, did you? Desolation Twin. It was a nice card in Standard for the first week it was out. People were playing Green Ramp Eldrazi. So Eldrazi Twin's pretty crazy. If you get out with Braids, it's a 10-10. If you cast it, it's 2 10-10s. It's very good. And of course, some more Eldrazi. Eldrazi Devastator, Breaker of Armies. Also very good. And second Eldrazi Standard for Green Ramp. Everyone's favorite card. Stormtide Leviathan. It's a very hard card to play. Since it says creatures without flying or island while can attack. But it makes all lands islands. Which means it can attack. Yeah. Cataract Leviathan. The complete bomb and Momir. It's in here. Bane of Gala of Dead. Also good in Standard. People thought this card would go farther. It made it about a month into Standard Zendikar, and it just wasn't played. We have some colorless cards too, or colorless lands for these colorless cards. If we look into Blighted Cataract, nice card. Except sacrifice and draw 2 cards. Adds colorless for a Deceiver form. Mage Ring Network. Excuse me. People forget about this card. It's a mana battery. It's one of the best. Rogue's Passage. Got my butt kicked once again by Rogue's Passage. Also helps to fight Plague and Deceiver form. Excuse me again. Braids doesn't care if you can cast the card or not, but since this is Commander, all the cards have to be either blue or colorless. And because it's our commander color. So we can't put creatures of other colors in there, but we can put in Eldrazi. Sphinx of Ithrin was great during Ravnica. Block, or Ravnica Standard. Chancellors of the Spires. Actually does something. It's not bad. I actually like it just milling the opponent for 7, just so you know what to counter. Scourge of Fleets. Don't remember this card. But it's 7 or more mana, so let's just use it with Braids. Fleet Swallower. When it attacks, target player puts the top half of their library into a graveyard. Why not? Delirium Primordial. Also great during Ravnica Standard. If you're playing 4-player Commander, it's a lot of instant or sorcery cards. Phyrexian Jester. I knew this had to be a penny. I've seen it before, I just didn't get it. But Phyrexian Jester, I mean, if you say you're like playing the mirror or something, This could be a 3-3, and then see if your opponent steals your Artisan Kozilek, which actually happened to me during a game. It gets +10/+9. That's pretty good. Sphinx of Magosia was in my 250-10 cards in hand deck. It just locks down the game with Forbidian Lock. Forbidian Lock is Forbid, which is buy a back, discard 2 cards, counter target spell. So all I have to do is draw 3 cards a turn. Sphinx of Magosi. It's very good. Royal Elemental. Just gains controls of creatures. Sage Eye Avengers. When it attacks, you can return a creature to its owner's hand if its power is less than Sage Eye Avenger's power. I don't think I ever got this card. Jace's Mindseeker. This card was hyped as like a pre-release card. It's also very good. So these 6 mana spells with Braids, what happens a lot is you cast Braids for 4 mana. It gets counterspelled, immediately destroyed. Cast for 6 mana, it gets immediately destroyed. So you get kind of frustrated about Braids just not working in this deck, and then you just drop Sphinx and Magosi anyway. Because your opponent is just using all of his removal trying to focus on Braids. So let's go to the ramp version of the deck. We can actually cast these 6 mana cards pretty easily, just from, you know, what the small cards in your deck. So first we have Turn Aside to protect Braids. Azure Mage, very good card in Duels of the Planeswalkers, draws cards. Courier's Capsule is just a better 4 mana draw 2 spell. It's a better inspiration. Deranged Assistant, I was just looking for anything that added mana. I just don't care. Font of Fortunes, it's a better inspiration. Merfolk Looter, smooths out your mana curves and helps you find like the bigger cards in the deck. Sinbad, I just love this card. It's a pet card of mine. I play it in 43 lands. It just ends up drawing 2 or 3 cards. It's a fine card, and it's underappreciated. Spectral Hatchling, I think, is just one of the most powerful 2 mana creatures. In blue, sometimes it destroys a land. Players just play around it so often. It can be a 2 mana Stone Rain against a bad player. Thought Courier is just another Merfolk Looter. Although I like this picture better. Vulcan Engineer casts artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. Casts Urgolem's Eye, which adds to Sisei's Ring, which is Urgolem's Eye, version 1. Colony Gem, I thought this card was terrible, but after seeing Nathaniel Prodsnick play this card with several wins under his belt, I think the Colony Gem's a fine card. It looks terrible. It looks like, well, you know, you add 2 mana, but you minus 2 mana, so it adds 0 mana. It's not like that at all. Palladium Mirror adds 2 mana. Pristine Talisman adds a mana. So Vulcan Engineer isn't that bad, really. Hedron Crawler adds mana. Mannequin adds mana. Milliken adds mana. Silver Mirror adds actual blue mana. This card's legitimate. It's not like stupid Milliken. Just a bad version of Mannequin. Thematic Compass. Can't believe this was a penny. I guess it was. I tried getting the 3 mana version of this, and no, it's more than a penny. Disruptive Pit Mage, same reason as Spiketail Hatchling, just as annoying as heck. There's Mundungu, which is a blue-black creature, which also counters spells unless its controller pays 1. And if you have 4 Disruptive Pit Mages and 4 Mundungus, you get yourself a deck. Repulse, bounces draws, works in a pinch. Sage's Dousing. There's a wizard theme in this deck. There's Magus of the Future, which is Future Sight, and it's a wizard. And look, Braids is a wizard. So, we got a wizard sub-theme here. Apprentice Wizard, blue add 3. Derek Apprentice, also wizard. Counters target spell. I only owned one of these in real life. I didn't own this picture, I owned one before. It works. Dissipate. It's just a better cancel. Dissolve is a better cancel. Fairy Trickery is a better cancel. And Exiles too. Ender is a better cancel. Undo is kind of a pet card of mine too. It does more work than you think. Just returning 2 cards to your owner's hands. At best, it's a double time walk. We've already talked about these. Whisper Silk Cloak can't be blocked and has Shroud. It's just something I thought needed. Braids just need so much protection. We have Turn Aside and Whisper Silk Cloak. We can actually bounce our own Braids in a pinch. You know what's weird? This card and this card are both penny legal. I don't know how. Future Sight was such a delicious card back in Onslaught. It's like a draw 7 card. It's so good. You could even play it like turn 6 with 5 lands in play. You'd have to remember to, instead of playing a land from your hand, to play Future Sight on turn 6 and then reveal the top card of your library, and if it's a land, take that one to save yourself. It's easy to mess up for younger players. Ether Eyes. Turn all attacking creatures to the owner's hand. Sometimes you just need time. Golf the Shore. Turn all owner's hands. All creatures with toughness less than or equal to 9 We just need time. Bedeem. Artifacts control have hexproof. Draw a card. This card could be a Penny Dreadful commander idea by itself. Jones Kabuto. Shroud. It's just Whisper Cloak number 2. That's the deck, guys. It's pretty simple. It's too bad that I only won maybe 1 game out of 4. Once again, but this card, I mean, I'm not going to complain about its win rate. You get respect from a 4-player game when you have 2 or 3 people trying to ruin your day. It's not that they hate you; it's that they respect you, and you're a good Magic the Gathering deck builder. When multiple people get after you in a commander game, and I don't consider it a bad thing, and neither do you. So, Braids, yeah, recently got banned in Penny Dreadful. This is the good part. And look at this commander; it's just completely broken. It's still overpowered, but you know what? People could just, buy 1,000 copies of this and make 1,000 decks, and it could run around everywhere, and then suddenly now it's 2 cents because there's like 1,000 decks of these running around Magic Gathering Online. So it makes Penny Dreadful just a better format in general, because it fixes itself through economics, and it rotates often enough that broken cards don't just get played for months and months and ruin multiple Grand Prix until Wizards just says enough is enough, or just bans the card just because they've gotten so many complaint letters in the mail. They just have no choice but to ban the card. Penny Dreadful's not afraid of banning thousands of cards, and what makes it the best is you have a robot. You just type in Penny Dreadful in the comments, and a robot will show up to your game and will tell your opponent is cheating, because it's just hard to remember thousands of banned cards in the game. I showed you through the process of checking if your deck's illegal from the Penny Dreadful website, but every single card you play, you're like, that card's pretty good. I wonder if it's a penny or if it's more like Darksteel Colossus where it's several pennies. So you need a robot to keep the game straight. And Penny Dreadful has it, just wandering around Magic the Gathering Online. It's remarkable technology, and like I said, there's Discord to help you guys out, and there's an EDH subforum in Penny Dreadful, and if you look at the previous video, it should have everything you need. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the video. Please remember to like and subscribe. And if you want a notification, click the bell icon below. If you really like it, share with your friends. And if you really like it, give Dan Horning money on Patreon. And give me money. I love money. Do all the things. Gas mind run on yourself.